What's going on in Rolling Sports? Back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the newest signing for the Toronto Blue Jays, and that's starting pitcher Yusei Kikuchi. Kikuchi most recently played for the Seattle Mariners, of course. He was an All-Star this past year, so it's obviously a nice little signing for the Toronto Blue Jays. He will probably slide into that number 5 role in the rotation. He's 30 years of age, Japanese born player. The Jays signed him to a 3-year extension worth $36 million. So $12 million a year on average. He turned down a player option of $13 million for the 2022 season. He bet on himself that he was going to get money in free agency, and he did. He did pretty well. And the Jays signed him to a $36 million contract. The contract breakdown is $16 million in the first year and then $10 million in the second and third year, which is really good for the Blue Jays, since, of course, in a couple of years when the Jays need to re-sign Bo and Vladdy, they're going to need some more money. So right now that money's not going to be going too many places for this upcoming season. Maybe they make a big move, but they have a little bit of room. They have some money, they have some flexibility, so it's nice that they got a little bit more money in this season. They're paying him more money this season as opposed to years 2 and 3 in the deal. So that's a nice little bonus for the Blue Jays. But like I said, he's 30 years of age. He hasn't been in the MLB for too long, just 3 seasons. And his win-loss record isn't very good in the MLB, but he showed that he got better every single season he was in the league, and he was an All-Star this past year. So in his first season, he was 6-11 with an ERA of 5.46. He started 32 games. In his career, he's played 72 MLB games. They've all been starts. So in 32 games, he had a 5.46 ERA and a 6-11 win-loss record. And then in 2020, he only pitched 9 games with a 5.19 ERA. He was 2-4 in 2020, and then this past year was 7-9 with an ERA of 4.41 in 29 games started. So it's not unbelievable. His ERA is a bit high, but that being said, you saw progression every single season, and hopefully he's able to take another jump and get his ERA in the 3.7, 3.8 range. That would be really good for the Jays, considering he's going to be the 5th guy in the rotation, in a rotation that arguably, in my opinion, is a top 3 or 5 starting rotation in the MLB. He's going to be joining Kevin Gausman, Jose Barrios, Hyun-Jin Ryu, and Alek Manoah, and he'll be the 5th best starting pitcher on the Jays, and he's an All-Star, so that's saying a lot. You take a look at some of the other names on the current roster that could potentially compete for the 5 spot. You're talking Ross Stripling and Nate Pearson, but I think Kikuchi beats those 2 out. Nate Pearson, I just think he's still a little too young. I think you got to give him another year or 2, and then he'll be able to crack the rotation. But right now, I would expect Yusei Kikuchi to be the number 5 guy in that starting rotation. So it's nice to see the Jays. They went out, they attacked that that need. Now they got to get another bullpen arm or 2, maybe a closer, and of course they got to get an infielder, and then that sets them up really nicely. Potentially a Chris Bryant or a Freddie Freeman. Who knows what the Jays end up doing? Maybe they trade for a guy in Jose Ramirez. We'll see what happens. I still think the Jays have some big moves ahead. The lockout just came to a conclusion, and teams haven't really been insanely active. I think it's going to start to pick up between tonight and tomorrow, but we'll see how that goes. Freddie Freeman sounds like he's going to go to the Dodgers, but who knows? That might fall through. There's still a lot of options for the Jays out there, even if Freddie Freeman does choose elsewhere. But there's tons of moves for the Jays, like I said, and there's a few more needs I think this team fills. But Kikuchi's he's a good pitcher. He's going to be a good guy to come into that 5th role, that 5th spot. The Jays, and I don't think they're done. Like I said, I think they're still going to make a few moves. Hopefully there's some big ones in there, maybe some trades. We'll see. We're about a month away from the start of the regular season, so it's going to be exciting down the stretch. But I really like this signing of Yusei Kikuchi. It's pretty low risk. You're not giving him a boatload of money. It's $36 million over 3 years. So if the Jays feel like he's not, going to be a part of the next 5 to 7 years of this building, he's not in it. And if they think he is, then they can re-sign him when he's 33 years old. But I think this is a good signing. Like I said, it's not a high risk, but there is a pretty big reward that's possible out there. And at the end of the day, you're getting an all-star starting pitcher. Kikuchi was a guy that the Jays, when he was in Japan, before he came to the Mariners, the Jays were really looking into him. So I guess they kind of kept, their tabs open on him, and they found him available, and they were able to strike a deal with him. So it's nice to see the Jays get this deal. But guys, that's all I got in this video. You guys let me know down below in the comment section your thoughts on this signing. I like it. You guys let me know all that good stuff down below in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Let's go Blue Jays.